need understanding of what's happened to them. They need an identity. They need to know the truth about the Lord. They need to be woke up to who the devil is. That's the white man. That's what the hell they need. And you add that to black people, Latinos, and Native Indians, brother, then you're going to be able to do something.
The whole reason I'm here saying these things to you, because these things are supposed to show you and give you hope. It's supposed to make you say to yourself, you know what, we got a kingdom coming. You know what, the Lord's judgment is coming. You know what, let's change our life.
Yeah. Let's clap it up. Clap it up. Shalom, Israel. Koral, you got the intro, bro. Go ahead, man.
Whoa. Man, it's episode 08 of Chop and Cut. Thank you for everybody that joining in. But first off, we gotta thank our host, Aisha Allah, officer of 1,000, Aisha Allah out of Eastern Shore. Yeah. Let's give him a hand. Make sure that y'all tune into Eastern Shore's Wednesday night class every Wednesday at 7. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna my Salakia every Wednesday at 7 on at ISUPK Eastern Shore YouTube and also ISUPK Baltimore on YouTube.
Salakia.
I mean
at 5. Salakia.
Salakia, my bad. At 5. At 5. Yeah. 5 to 6, right, sir?
5 to 7, call it.
5 to 7? Kind. You know what we gonna be talking about this Wednesday?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Multiple wives, man.
Multiple wives. And y'all
wives.
tune in at Eastern Shore on YouTube, Wednesday class, and get some knowledge from Office of 1,000, Aisha Allah, you know what I mean, on multiple wives.
Shalaki, not just multiple wives, just marriage in general.
Marriage, period. Khan on Khan. On marriage, period, all around.
Yeah.
Now we got
Shalaki. I guess there's some confusion with Kobe Bryant's wife. I guess moving on.
Oh, I heard that.
Okay.
I did hear that.
I don't know what the confusion is, biblically. We'll talk about it Wednesday.
Yeah. Y'all tune in.
Young meat. She should have got us some young meat.
Yeah, y'all tune in Wednesday, man. There you go. You got a little sneak peek right there. Y'all tune in. You know what I mean? Here with what is the fuss about? You know what I mean? Tune in to Aisha Allah Eastern Shore. Wednesday night at 5. You heard me? Now we got Officer 500 Younger Dog. You know what I mean? Hebrew Academy graduate himself. You know what I'm saying? And you can see him at the new school that the Virginia school has. You know what I'm saying? You tell them what the address at of the new school?
840, you know what I'm saying? Church Street. 840 Church Street, even though we ain't got nothing to do with no damn church out there in Norfolk, Virginia. That's just the Most High, you know what I'm saying? So if by all means, y'all join us there. Y'all can also find us at ISUPK VA on TikTok, Instagram, No Cowards Virginia, No Cowards Richmond on YouTube. We out there. You feel me? Be out there by all, you know what I'm saying? Jump in those comment section, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe. And all throughout the week, you know how we doing VA all throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? Putting it in, doing the work of the Lord, man. Trying to save VA. VA, you know what I'm saying? It's like battleground, ground zero. You know what I'm saying? For slavery, the whole 9. And when I first got there, it rocked my soul. You know what I'm saying? How many of us love the oppressor in VA? So, we out there trying to, get rid of all of that, change that, wake our folks up. You know what I'm saying? So it's the water for that Officer Koral.
Khan. This is Chop and Cut
Salakia.
Hebrew Academy edition. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of Hebrew Academy brothers out there. We're going to be watching a couple of our viral Hebrew Academy videos. Also, a lot of our these oppressors violent groups, militias that have been popping up. We're gonna watch some videos of them and their training and whatever they doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gonna get into it, man. Welcome to Chop and Cut.
Hey, Shalakia,
Come.
we didn't introduce you, brother.
Yeah, we
Oh, you
forgot.
got Officer of
Nah,
500.
Shalakia.
You
Nah,
can't do it yourself.
nah,
You
dog,
can't
you
do it
got on this
yourself.
time.
Most time, Christ. We
Wait,
got
yeah,
Officer
Oh, sweat.
500 Corolla come out of Baltimore, Maryland. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Out of Baltimore, Maryland, checking in. The inspiration behind Chopped and Cut. One of the most artistic, you know what I'm saying, innovational, inspirational brothers that's in Baltimore and be more. You
That's
feel
right.
me? And the water for your service. You feel me? You
Yes,
the
sir.
reason why we together here this
That's right.
Sunday, bringing you this broadcast. You know, so we definitely can't leave you out. You feel me?
Oh
Most
no.
high prayer.
Yes.
And
But
the water, yeah.
yeah. But that first video.
Yeah, you can cue that field video. Nonetheless, I also want we got a couple of Hebrew Academy graduate guests. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? We're gonna have a couple of guests.
that's right.
Hopefully we're gonna have a couple of slack. Yeah, I keep fit. Wow, I don't know why the
Instructor.
word keep not coming to my mind.
Instructor.
I got
Instructor.
you.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
why that word keep leaving from
That,
my
that,
mind. We got a couple of instructors coming, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? We got a great episode. Great
It's
episode.
a lot, yeah, if I may, you know what I'm saying? This is the Hebrew Academy special, you know what I'm saying? Class of 2025 special. So, you know what I'm saying? For any Akim that's out there, you know what I'm saying, that suffered for their brothers, that suffered for their brothers, bled for their brothers, you know what I'm saying? That class of 2025. I'm Officer Aisha. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. By all means, hit that link, come on screen, you know what I'm saying? You can, you know what I'm saying, share with your brothers, you know what I mean? The water for everybody that's out there. Join us. We're gonna give a courtesy salute to all the Akim that's out there. Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shabbarakatam. To all the Akim that's out there, and to all the Akwafian that's joining us. Yahweh Shema, Adatham Bashim, Yahweh Shai. I'm in the chat right now. I just see Officer Asha Allah, his rib checking in. Most High Christ. So the water Aqua for checking in. And for everybody else that's joining up in there, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do. You know how we do. Link is in the chat. You feel me? If you see it, for real. If you suffered and bled with your brothers for the class of 2025, you feel me? Like Officer Corolla come did. You know what I'm saying? Jump on up in here. Jump on up in here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about a little bit tonight. We had a video that went viral. Went viral right after the Passover. And it's amazing how many when we out there on dumb stuff, when we out there doing things we ain't got no business doing, you see so much support in the comment section. You feel me? You see so much more support in the comment section. But when we out there trying to rebuild this nation and uplift our brothers and our sisters in our community, it was a lot of hatred in the comments. You know what I'm saying? In the video that went viral with us out there, you know, in the park. I just saw one of them last night. You feel me? So again, by all means, if you want to jump up here and dispel the rumors and let them know firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Now, we don't tell everything about, you know what I'm saying, what went down, but we gonna just let them know what it's about. You feel me? So the water for that, the water out of one. That's all I had. I yield right now.
No sweat. We're gonna get to the video.
Yeah, I'm getting white. Scared of motherfucker.
They kind of brothers. The brothers. One thing I can say about that video, sir, is when you look at the police came up there. You know what I'm saying? Was trying to
Several times.
yeah, trying to get talking to trying to saying I heard that we was told police came up there asking like what you doing in my park? Y'all disturbing my park.
Mm.
And the instructors told him, I don't know if it was Captain the Car, which one it was, but he told him, man, we got a permit to be out here. We got a permit to be in your park. You know what I'm saying? Yo just turned around and walked away. I mean, we got all white eyes was on us. All the oppressor eyes was on us. You understand? They stayed out the way, but they was like, what the hell was going on out here? You know what I'm saying? And that was that was that was in the we was turned up. It wasn't even the end of the day. Like that wasn't like the end. It was like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So that was an amazing feeling up there, yo. Like that was like a second win for her. A second win, not
And
win.
Salaki, if I may, you know what I'm saying, it's crazy. And I know Officer Ashala, you know what I'm saying, you've been here a little bit a lot longer than us. You feel me? So just the perception, the reception that we get when we out, even on the street. When we was out there in that, you know what I'm saying, that part of training, it was multiplied. It was crazy. You had fear. A lot of people will see us online and mock us. You know what I'm saying? They make comments. You'll see the Karens and the Kens in the comment section. You know what I mean? And they always got something smart to say, but nobody really fears us when we doing what this heathen has planned for us. They don't feel us when we out there selling, you know what I'm saying, the D rugs. They don't fear us when we out there harming one another. They don't fear us when we out there and our women are being whores and our men are being whoremongers. That's not fearful. But when they saw us out there in unison, brothers in unison, brothers following orders, brothers in unison and actually doing what the Lord done commanded us to do, I mean, the look on their faces, you know what I'm saying, is something I'm always hold dear and close to my heart. You feel me? I yield right there. You know what I mean?
Shalaki. I don't know if now would be a good time to bring up one of our guests, you know what I'm saying, to share his story or his experiences. Or did y'all want to share yours first? So be
No, you can bring him up, sir. Is that cool with you,
Yeah,
Young
most
Dog?
high in Christ. Bring our brother up.
straight that brother up, man. That brother got an amazing story. I'll let him share with y'all.
Hey,
You want?
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Hey,
Come on, Lord
Shalom.
in Christ.
Lord in Christ.
Lord by Shimmy Shabrakata.
Rakatha.
All right, Corral, I'll let you go ahead and,
You want to play
facilitate.
the video again, sir? Let him see it.
Yeah, he saw it.
Come. Oh, you did?
Did you
Yeah,
see the
Con, sir, I
video?
seen it.
Oh,
Con,
he
sir, I
did.
seen
He's
it.
seen it. All
Hey,
right, come
he's
on, come
paid.
on, come on, see it.
He's amped up.
So Salaki,
Yeah.
if I may, this is Officer 50 Lakarab out of Delaware. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Am I correct? You know what I'm saying? Out of Delaware,
Con,
bringing it in most time Christ. The
Con.
world be having a lot to say about the YNs and all that garbage. The world be having a lot to say, you know what I'm saying, about us in general. We ain't this and we ain't that. You feel me? But brothers like Officer Laka Rob, you know what I'm saying, undedicated his life to the Most High at a young age. You know what I mean? And came in there ready to roll, came in there swinging. You feel me? So we just want, you know what I'm saying, salute you for coming on the stage. You know what I mean? And shit, hey, if you want to share with us, why did you join? If I can select, if I may, if I could jump out with the first question, you feel me? The water for you being on Chop and Cut tonight. But why did you feel the need? A lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, realize that they Israelites. You know what I'm saying? They know that black, Latinos, Native American Indians are Israelites. If they following us, and maybe not one of them old fake baby doll tassels on their t-shirt wearing groups. You know what I'm saying? If they leaders ain't getting paid, you feel me? That's a whole nother subject. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Episode. But you came in here, you feel me? And when you came here, it wasn't mandatory that you joined Hebrew Academy. It wasn't mandatory that you bled and suffered for your brothers. Why did you do it? You know what I'm saying? If I go out there with that first question, why did you decide to join? You know what I'm saying, or participate in Hebrew Academy, Officer Lakarab?
Con, sir, if I may, My decision to join Hebrew Academy was based off of the things that the Lord presented me. Like I wanted to move up in this organization, and I wanted to do what it took for the Lord. So the Lord presented me with the opportunity to do Hebrew Academy, and I was told that it only happens every 2 years. So the opportunity presented itself, and I was like, I gotta do it.
That's
What
right.
Fact,
kind?
fact, fact. That's what's up. So like,
That's what it is.
so what is your what do you think it benefited, or what was your biggest takeaway? You know what I'm saying from doing Hebrew Academy. Like you personally, what did you learn, or what did you take away from Hebrew Academy?
I mean, what I took from Hebrew Academy is that the brotherhood is everything. The bond that you build with the people on the left and the right of you means everything, because those are the same people who are gonna be fighting the same fight with you, and those are gonna Salakia, those are gonna be the same people you're gonna be enduring with to the end. Like I know a lot of us got the same story of having to cut our families off for the truth. You feel me? And these becoming our brothers, these becoming our sisters, these becoming our
Uh-huh.
family. So, with that being said, that's a bond like no other because we all suffer the same pain. So, that's kind of what I took away from it, that we all go through the same things together.
Okay,
That's right.
okay. And that's
Yeah,
Salakia.
that's
Go ahead, Salakia. Go ahead.
no, no. I was just gonna say like, you know, what I mean, that's a good point for real, because it's a great point because like when you think about it, when you in the streets, like, you know, you build these bonds. Like I in the world, I had a best friend. We became so close, even though I knew people when I first met him. I knew people before him that went to the school, but me and him became so
Right.
close because something as simple as all of our high school classes, every one of them was the same. So me, every time I went to class, we had all the same classes, and that's kind of rare. You know what I mean? I ain't never had the same class as another person, like all seven of my classes. No, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we became cool. So in the world, we sharing things, we have stuff in common. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how bonds be created. Us coming into this truth, it's like the serious the bond, the more closer you know you get come together. You know what I mean? So us being in this truth, and like he said, the example of all of us having to be having somehow the way to separate from our family. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Our moms and our brothers and sisters that we grew up with, that we also have a bond too. That's
Right.
what makes that bond so serious is because we already had a bond with our brothers and our sisters and mothers, and we had to break that. Now everybody, now me and the brother officer Bakarab has a great bond because we just me and him just broke a very strong long-term bond with a family member. You know what I'm saying? So that means our bond is great. So it means that it also shows how dedicated you is to this truth. I just was thinking about that when he said like the bond and how, you know, going through the same thing. That's something that people in the world like, you know, you people in the world we well at one point in time, you know, for our mother and our brothers, like, you know, you'll unalive somebody, or you'll lay down your own life, or you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for you to break that, separate from them, had to separate from them, or stop hanging out with them as much.
Right.
And but to gain a brother that experienced that same thing, that bond is like 10 times more than that bond that you had with your brother or your mother.
Come on, sir.
And
That's right.
Salakia, if I may, you know what I'm saying, if I could jump up in there, what y'all saying is so heavy, right? A lot of times, you know, if you listen to any of our classes, you'll hear us talk about trauma bonding. A lot of times we are bond over trauma. We are bond over being in the trap. We are bond over, you know what I'm saying, being in the hood. We are bond over, and neither one of us had no daddy. So we are bond over that. But the thing about when you bond in this UPK, the thing about when you bond over this truth, this is a volunteer. We volunteering to suffer for our brothers and our sisters. We are bonding over following the Lord. And there's no stronger bond than that. It's nothing stronger than that. Think about, you know what I'm saying, what Officer Karala come in, what Officer Lakarab is saying. You know what I mean? When you come into this truth, like Officer Corrala come say, you may come in here saying, you know what I'm saying, for my brother in the world, I do this. For my mother in the world, I do this. For my father, for my friend, for my homeboy, I'm gonna ride with him. But you know what's so crazy about it? It's not gonna be reciprocal. It won't be reciprocal. They're not gonna ride for you like you will ride for them. And that's not a blanket statement. You may get one or two on them that will, but when it all comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? That world, the love that's out in the world is so different from the love that the Most High gave us, from the love that the Bible teaches us. We learn love from this oppressor. We learn love, you know what I'm saying, and on what they call the right hands, on the left hand side. We learned everything backwards and wrong, and here you learn it the correct way. So you got brothers that driving thousands of, I won't say thousands, but maybe hundreds of miles, you know what I'm saying, to go suffer and bleed with their brothers. You got brothers that, you know what I'm saying, we sharing loaves of bread and we sharing gas money and we missing out on the job, on the slavery, just so we can build and grow with our brothers and suffer with our brothers, just so we can build for a nation that get out there on the block. When we out there, and I know you know Laka Rob, I know you know Corrala Khan, and I damn well know you know Officer Ashala. When you out there trying to fight for them on Saturday, when you out there trying to fight for them on Saturday, oh, you the lower, you lower than the dirt on their shoes. They walk back. You feel me? But we did all of that every, you know what I'm saying, day that we was required to be out there for Hebrew Academy for them. And that's not something that you get out in the world. You feel me? So I don't want that point to be missed. You feel me? What you did, Officer like Rob, Officer Karala Khan, shit, Officer Asha Allah. I know you ain't 2025, you feel me? But what you did and what you laid down for us to do when we came about, that's something that's not heard of in the world. A lot of times you arrive for your boy because of what it's gonna get for you. Y'all gonna be bigger, y'all gonna be better, y'all gonna build. But when what we doing here is for a nation that can kill us about us. It's the same thing that Christ laid down for us. It's the same thing that Christ did for us. Christ was on that cross and he said, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. You feel me? And that's what we did. That's what we do coming into this, you know what I'm saying, UPK, and then look, then put your name on that line and say you're gonna do Hebrew Academy as well. It's a beautiful and honorable thing. It's an honorable thing. And so I don't want that to go missed amongst anybody out there that's out there watching. You know what I'm saying? This was a voluntary suffer for your brother and for your sister. And that's something that's unheard of in the hood. That's something that's unheard of in the hood. Now, before I go, I just want to shout out, you know what I'm saying, the brothers and sisters that we got that's done joined us. You feel me? We got our Aqua for Raya out there, you know what I'm saying? Out of VA, y'all Shamal Thumb about you, shout. We got Brandon Johnson checking in from UPK, Most High Christ. You know what I'm saying? Y'all about Shimmy Shabbat. We got Princess Taza Ra checking in out of VA. Y'all was Shamal Thumb Shimmy Shy. We got Officer One Stack, Mataza Akara. He bled and suffered with us. You know what I'm saying? With Officer Lakara, with Officer Karala Khan out there in Delaware and Philly. You know what I'm saying? All bled together. You know what I'm saying? We want to shout them out. Y'all about Shimmy Shabbat. We got Officer Ramat checking in as well. You know what I'm saying? From Baltimore. Y'all about Shimmy Shabbat. And we got Aqua Hadassah. You know what I'm saying? Checking in out of VA. And I definitely want to make sure I take time to shout them out because, like you know, Karala Comp, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, Lakara, them ribs holding us down. You feel me? If it ain't for that family unit holding you down, Hebrew Academy can seem very far, very distant, and very difficult to get through without that support, you know what I'm saying, from them sisters. So shout out to all the sisters that's joining us tonight for the chopped and cut. You feel me? And I just want to add to that. I land right there.
Well,
Like, you got anything to say, Aisha Allen?
now, I mean, the only thing I want to say is, that there's a saying in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like when you end up, linking up with some gang. I mean, like, or some, I don't know, some what you think is some brotherhood, some bond. There's this saying that you have this understanding that you found true brotherhood, right? And then before you know it, those same brothers are on the witness stand. You understand? Pointing
Right.
fingers at you. You know,
It was
same
him.
brothers. Them same brothers are are setting you up. You understand? Them same
Facts,
brothers
facts, facts.
are goddamn confidential informants. Them same brothers, are sleeping with your girl. You understand? Like that's the brotherhood in the world, man. You know. And then we also get this notion about family members. You know what they say. Blood is thicker than water. you
Yeah,
know,
right.
that family of yours is just supposed to be the most important, most precious thing you ever encountered in your whole goddamn life. You understand? Despite, you know, the trauma that you might suffer behind the hands of the same, blood that that you come from. You understand that uncle. You understand that aunt, that big cousin. You understand that big brother, that big sister. You know, they say that blood is thicker than water, but what Christ taught is that this truth is thicker than that. It's thicker than that water. It's thicker than that blood. It is the most important uh, 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 gathering, that exists on this earth. Is what they said in the book of Zechariah. You understand? Gather together, O nation not desired, man. You understand? Like that is such an important order that we need to really adhere to. And when you see them brothers up on that hill, when you see what happens, we see it at the Passover every year. You understand? All the different zones come together. You understand? All Israel unites. You understand? Wherever the Lord deems necessary for us to gather at. But man, it's something about them generations of them Hebrew Academy. You understand? Generations, man. The brotherhood that you see take place over the course of that year. If you're privy to see, you understand, like the the ins and outs of it, the real intricacies of it, the real dedication that it requires. A lot of people just see the graduation. You understand? A lot of people just see the march, you know what I mean? The march into, the Passover. But to really be able to see and understand the dedication and the sacrifices that brothers are making for each other, you begin to understand what Christ said when he says, no greater love is there than someone who will lay down their life for their friend, man.
Facts,
And again,
facts,
Hebrew
facts,
Academy puts that to the test. You
facts.
understand? It puts that, all those cool lyrics, all those cool bars that you spit about how what you'll do for your brother, no sweat. Hebrew Academy gonna put that to the test. And every
Facts.
brother that graduates this thing, man, every brother that endures this, I just I can't say enough about how much I respect every brother that I know has endured everything that is required to achieve that success, man. So again, the water to you brothers, man, and congratulations for you understand, definitely earning your rights. You know what I'm saying, up in this school behind that accomplishments, and that's just
Yonder bar, the one, yonder bar, yonder bar. Hey,
Yeah.
Salaki, if I may, Salaki, go ahead, Kara.
Nah, you good.
All right, Salaki, if I may, you know what I'm saying. I got a scripture. You know me, we gonna pull them scriptures back. You know, so I got a scripture I wanted to pull. But then I also wanted to ask Officer Lakarab a question because you know what I'm saying, and it goes right along the lines with this scripture right here. You feel me? The scripture is Proverbs 17, verse 17. It
mm-hmm,
says that a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. When
that's
you
right.
learn your brothers, when you learn, you know what I'm saying, your people, your real family, your brothers is in adversity. You know what I'm saying? When things are going good, when everything is going great, when your money looking good, your bills is paid, you ride, you got money for the strong, you got money for all the excess, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a whole bunch of friends during that time. You feel me? But when things get hard and it gets rough, when it's difficult, when it's a challenge, when it becomes a task, that's where you learn where your real brothers is at. And you know what I'm
That's
saying? The thing about Hebrew Academy, you're gonna learn who your brothers are. You're gonna learn when it gets hard, when the gas money getting low. You know what I'm saying? When the gas money getting low, when I can't pay the bills getting high. You know what I'm saying? When it's hard to get back and forth, when I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I got the slavery, I got the kids, I got the rib. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna really learn in that within that adversity who your brother is. You know what I'm saying? And I was gonna ask a question to Officer Laka Rob, and then we'll get back to the comments that's in there because we got some good comments in there as well. But then I was gonna go back to Officer Laka Rob because your struggle wasn't a regular struggle, which is most brothers, which is if not all brothers, in the ISUPK period, but specifically when you're going through that period of you know what I'm saying, the Hebrew Academy. Your struggle wasn't like most brothers. You feel me? Very early, very early. If you know what I'm saying, if you don't mind me saying, Officer Laka Rob, I know that you suffered a car accident. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went through, you know what I'm saying? You went through a period where y'all had an actual car accident and it wasn't no just fender bender. You know what I'm saying? I remember the pictures coming out afterward. It wasn't no fender bender. It was easily, you could have easily tapped out and said, nah, this ain't the time. Nah, I'm hurt. You didn't take none of those excuses. You came right there. I remember, you know what I'm saying, going to Hebrew. I can say this, you know what I'm saying, for fact. I remember firsthand coming there and you in the chair because you couldn't participate. You feel me? But you still went through, you know what I'm saying, Hebrew Academy. You out in the Salakia, in the damn cold, in the cold, in Philadelphia. We in the park. You still out there, you know what I'm saying, going through everything that we was going through as a brother where you could have easily tapped out and said, you know what I'm saying, no, I was in an accident, I couldn't do it, but you did it. You feel me? I just want you to speak to that, you know what I'm saying, momentarily, you know what I'm saying, before we jump on the comments. I just want you to speak to that because, again, that was above and beyond. And I don't think a lot of people be understanding that. To be ISUPK, to be an officer in here, you're going to have to go above and beyond. And when your time was called, my nigga, you stepped to it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to just speak to that.
Con, sir. It's like, yeah, y'all can still hear me good?
Con,
Con.
me.
All right. Con, sir. So, in the midst of us, in the middle of Hebrew Academy, going through the motions of every Sunday and so on and so forth, me and the brother, Officer 50 Makawar, we got into a bad car accident on the way to, who was it? Elkton, I think it was, on the way to Elkton. And the car was totaled. We both got jammed up pretty bad. At first, we both didn't even want to go get checked out or do certain things, but we wind up getting orders to do certain things, and we went there to get checked out. And I wind up figuring out I had a because at first I couldn't bend my knee at all. Like my knee was messed up, my shoulder was messed up, and my like the lower part of my back was messed up. But I wind up like my shoulder and my back wind up going away. I was cool, but my knee wound up really being the thing to give me trouble. I don't know if you brothers remember. I had the whole. It used to be like this whole big leg cast where my leg couldn't go. It couldn't bend when I was walking, basically. So that kind of held me back a lot because just coming, you really gonna notice how much each body part plays a part, and it's just like what the scriptures say, how we one body and every body part plays a part. Like without it, you messed up. You feel me? It ain't like you ain't walking it. Like a lot of people don't know, but if your thumb on your foot, if it gets messed up, you're not walking straight. You're not walking normally.
Facts.
So that goes to show how every bit and piece plays a part. You feel me? So what happened was I had a contusion in my right knee. So I couldn't bend my knee at all. I couldn't do certain things. And it would swell up with like a little bit of walking, anything. So I was messed up real bad. Most High in Christ, that the other brother, he wasn't banged up too bad. He just had we both had concussions too. And I remember going to the like a little bit after, I think what was the first I'm trying to remember. I think right after the accident, we was in New York. We was back at the park in New York. And this was like one of the first ones I couldn't really do anything for. And I was just like that one, it didn't really hit yet. You feel me? Because I was just like, all right, it ain't gonna be. I'm not gonna be out this long, so it didn't really hit that I wasn't gonna be able to participate with everything. You feel me? So I'm doing little things that I can, here in the brothers' waters, you know, trying to egg them on, to keep going, keep fighting, and so on and so forth. And we wind up talking to Captain Akkad about our circumstances, and he wound up telling us to stand down until we get orders from the doctors that we were cleared. So fast forward, next time we in Baltimore, just the time where all the brothers met in Baltimore. And I remember me and the brother Makawar, we was sitting on the bench, and I'm like, damn, Salaki, excuse my language, but I'm like, I'm watching all y'all have fun because this is the first time we started to do different things like along with the fighting and stuff like that. Salaki, and not to go too deep into it, but this is the first time we started adding different things into what we was doing. So of course, me, I'm trying to participate. I'm trying to have fun with my brothers. I'm trying to get it in, and my knee is like done. Like I barely could like walk on it. Around this time, I still had crutches. This is before I got the hard cast to where I could start walking on my own. So my knee was messed up, and every time I just like, I don't know. The only part I really could probably feel like, cause y'all went far off, so it was like I'm just sitting here and I was bored. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to really be out there with y'all. So the only time I would really be able to go hard with y'all was in the class when General Yohana was teaching, and Salaki, and Most High in Christ for that too, because those was all valuable moments. You feel me? Those every last lesson that we got after Warren with Hebrew Academy was valuable. Every last question that we was able to ask was valuable information. You feel me? I actually still miss it. I actually be still wishing we had to wake up on Sundays and go to Hebrew Academy. You feel me?
That's right.
Because it's an experience that you never gonna feel again. Like even now, fast forward to when we going for the next generation, it's just not gonna be the same as us actually having to do it. You feel me? Like us having to be in there mad hungry and our instructors eating chicken or eating some good food right by us. You feel me? So so it definitely was a great experience. But
That's right.
I definitely was down at a point in time because I was getting depressed that I couldn't really like get in there with y'all. You feel me? But some of the brothers actually helped. They lift me up and told me like, nah, like you still here. Most brothers win. You feel me? So it was kind of little
Facts.
things that went a long
Facts.
way. You feel me? Because I did feel bad. I was like, damn, like why me? Out of all people, we was just. But I had to check myself when I got that thought because, as we all know, that's Satan. You feel me? You can't question why this happened to you or why that happened to you. You feel me? You just gotta take it on the chin and roll with the punches. You feel me? So
That's
I
right.
definitely, I definitely appreciated the whole experience, and even just being able to war with y'all brothers, ask questions with y'all brothers, and grow with y'all brothers. You feel me? Because just as the brother said, none of us knew each other, and just for the UPK to be able to pull brothers from all corners of the world, that gotta be the Lord's work.
That's
You
right.
feel me? So it was just a great experience. It was something great to see, and
Facts.
I
Facts.
was trying to
Facts.
get my family into it actually, but it was a little bit harder for them to see the things that I seen. You feel me? But Most High in Christ, they was actually able to make it out to the Passover, see my graduation,
Okay. All right. Most
things
High
like
Right,
Christ.
that.
right.
Nah, Most High Christ. That's what's up.
Yeah, but
Look, get that brother a hand for that. Most High
Right,
Christ. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Like you said some heavy joints up in there. You know what I'm saying? I heard that Aisha. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But she said some heavy joints up in there, man. Like I got a scripture. You know what I'm saying? To go along right with what you said because what you gonna learn with the UPK? You feel me? We do what the Lord, you know what I'm saying, instructs us to do. A big part, a big problem with our community is we don't like to go to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? We don't, and a lot of that is stemmed into to racism. A lot of that is rooted into racism. Is rooted into just our history here underneath this oppressor. I've taught about it in class before. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the father of gynecology, they tortured our sisters. They tortured our sisters to get what you get today. What you get, you know what I'm saying? What they call gynecology today. They tortured. I mean, will cut them open. You know what I'm saying? Officer like a rod, cut them open. An hour or 2 hours later, they cutting them open again. No anesthesia, cutting right through the stitches. They did all of this just to get what they when you look at gynecology, when you look at medicine, when you look at that whole healthcare field, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that comes because of they tortured us. You feel me? So a lot of us are hesitant to go to a doctor. But when you come in here in the Israelite School and University of Practical Knowledge, out there in Christian world, out there underneath their church, you might be guessing. You might be hoping that the Lord gonna hear you, hoping that it's gonna go right. But you're gonna come in here and you're gonna get righteous counsel from the Most High. So them brothers told you the right thing. You gonna go to the doctor and get it straight. I done been in that situation before. And when you a young man, you feel like you invincible. Offside shot, I know you know. You know what I'm saying? When you a young man, you feel me? You'll break your leg. You'll put some duct tape on that bit, and you gonna walk right into slavery like what it do? I'm about to get this paper. You know what I'm saying? But to have righteous counsel and guidance from the men above you, you're gonna do what you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do. And that's something that's absent from blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians community. We don't have that anymore. We don't have righteous counsel. We got counsel that's trying to get a dollar. We got counsel that's trying to get, you know what I'm saying, allegiance or position with some other group or whatever. And here you're gonna get righteous counsel. So they told you the right thing, but I know how difficult that is because I'm not a young man no more. So it was some exercises myself. I deal with certain ailments where I had to sit out on certain joints I couldn't do, and to have to sit back and just watch your brothers, that can be a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks might not be able to understand that. You know what I'm saying? When you got all your faculties, when you can move and jump and twist and do everything that you are accustomed to doing, it's different when it's taken away from you. You feel me? You can. It's a certain point of. It's a certain strength you will get in being able to follow those orders and being able to stand down. Everybody can't stand down. You know what I'm saying? Some folks gonna have to stand up, even if it jeopardizes the whole mission, even if it jeopardizes the entire team. So for you to be able to do that, and you may not even know it, Officer Locker Rob, but for me to be able to see y'all still come to class, it gave me strength to keep on doing what I was supposed to do as well. Because it was certain joints where I couldn't jump in on. You know what I'm saying? Because of the ailments, because of the doctors, where I couldn't. But I saw y'all brothers holding fast on the side, and I knew y'all was young brothers. You know what I'm saying? And if these young brothers could follow orders and do it, I was gonna be able to do it as well. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gave me strength. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gave a lot of brothers strength and inspiration just by y'all showing up like you did. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, hit Ecclesiastes 38 and 1. It says the honor of physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him. Something that's remiss, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of our people don't do. You know what I'm saying? We don't honor the physician. And it's understandable because a lot of the physicians don't take advantage of it. So it's understandable. However, it's telling us in the Bible that the Most High put that doctor, you know what I'm saying, in that place for a reason. He put them in that place for a reason. So if you following the Most High and doing what He says to do, by all means, go to that doctor if you need to go to that doctor. Brothers and sisters, if y'all out here watching, you need to get help. If you need help, go get that help that you need to get. A lot of our brothers and sisters suffer from different ailments. A lot of them suffer from a lot of mental, you know what I'm saying, issues. You know what I'm saying, depression. You know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, and anxiety and so forth. You feel me? Go get that help you need as opposed to you self-medicating on your own, as opposed to you being depressed, sitting there on your own, as opposed to you just, you know what I'm saying, decomposing on your own. Go get the help that you're supposed to need. And if you're not sure what help you need to get, you come in here in the ISUPK and we're going to direct you the right way. You know what I'm saying? It says, for the Most High have created him. Like this doggone Christian church, these religions that they put us in, you know, it teaches you to not have faith in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You walk away not having faith in the Most High because you prayed and prayed and prayed and nothing happened. You did this, you did that, and nothing happened. You did everything that lying pastor told you to do, and your situation got worse. Well, in here, we actually are, the Lord is with us in here. So we're going to direct you the correct way, like this brother right here was directing. And again, you was an inspiration for a
That's
lot
right.
of brothers, you know what I'm saying, to watch you in there. And the water for that, a
Right.
lot of people would have tapped out. A lot of people would have quit and you didn't. You know
Come
what I'm
on.
saying? I just want to give you a hand, you know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying, for that.
Most High Christ.
Inspiration to the class of 2025. You know what I'm saying? Most High
And
Christ.
also,
I yield right
Salakia.
Hey,
Hey, so
Salaki.
you about to say something, Aisha?
Khan, I was
Okay,
going
sir.
to ask Salaki. I was going to ask Lakwa Rob if there's anything he wanted to add. You know what I mean? Just kind of closing out. We got a couple other brothers backstage that's going to come through and share their stories as well. But I just wanted to know if there's anything that Lakwa Rob might want to tell to say to any potential future brothers that might be considering whether or not they should take part in such a thing as Hebrew Academy. If there's anything you might, any words you just might want to give to them,
Con,
brother.
sir. I just also want to add, shout out to the brothers in the Delaware school as well, because they, Officer Kahal, Officer Kaash, and some of the other officers, they helped out a long way as well. So to any
Right.
brother who is new, thinking of joining Hebrew Academy, lean on your brothers just as they're gonna lean on you.
That's
Like
right.
it's a big thing. Like the bond that we built was so important. Every day after Hebrew Academy, we went out and grabbed some food, and that was big. You feel me?
Right.
That made a huge impact on our brotherhood, because
Right.
it just made things so much better, that after all the hard work, you get to go enjoy a win with your brothers because y'all got through it together. You feel me? So it's definitely was experience. Salaki. It definitely was informational, and even the brothers in the Philly school. You feel me? Shout out to them too. Shout out to the brothers in Aries school who went and completed it. Shout out to brothers in
Right.
Aries school who went through the fire. You feel me? Because this ain't for cowards. This ain't for anybody who thinks that life
That's
is
right.
not going to beat you up. You feel me? Because life is going to beat you up, but it's all about how you deal with it. You feel me? Like, cause it was times even in the like after Hebrew Academy, you hustling all week at your slave, and then you also working with the you teaching. You feel me? So also one other thing I wanted to add, it was a great idea with the instructors having us have to get our teachers test done during Hebrew Academy to graduate, because
Yeah.
that also pushed me and the other troopers to go 10 times harder to complete our tests and pass our tests. We
Right.
scrambling around here doing this and that, and it was different for me because I wanted to teach real bad. You feel me? I
God.
was watching everybody teach. I wanted to teach real bad. So me passing my teacher's test, like Hebrew Academy actually made it so I was able to fast track me becoming an officer.
God.
You feel me? Rather than the average person who's not in Hebrew Academy who has to wait and go through the motions. So that was also a great part of the experience. I got to pass my teacher's test, strive.
God.
I ain't passed the first time. I ain't passed the first time. So
And
you feel
it's
me?
to why a lot of folks don't. As long as you went through it though, you did your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Con, sir.
You feel me?
And
You did your thing. You know what I'm saying?
it,
And we
it
and we
only pushed
appreciate
me
it.
to be smarter, because the teacher's test is so crucial. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but it's so crucial, because when you go out there and you wind up debating people or having conversations with people, you always could relate back to that, and it always
Yeah.
keeps you sharp. It always keeps you ahead, and just being able to war and do those things with the brothers like us practicing camp, that was huge. You feel me? That gave us some insight on how things is gonna be. That gave us some insight on how things are supposed to be done decently in order. You feel me?
Right.
So everything with the protocols, everything that we learned, like even the survival skills. I don't know if you brothers remember that. We had fun with that. You feel me? We had fun we made fun out of everything. Everything was fun, but it was also important. You feel me? It was life skills. You feel me?
Exactly.
So
Facts. And
to
to
the
water
brothers who's
again, to
coming
water
in,
for you know what I'm saying, you suffering through that. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, we bleed and suffer together. That's the whole point of it. You know what I'm saying? I just want to again before you get up out of here, give you a round of applause.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? A round of applause for, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing, man. You was an inspiration to many. inspiration to that Delaware school. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's
Damn
out
right.
there watching from that area, hey, get like Officer Locker Rob. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
It's a lot of
All right. Hey, listen, I'm gonna drop you down, but you can stay. You know what I mean? Type shit. But I'm gonna bring
Con,
up one of the other brothers. All right. Get the water
con.
boy.
art.
There we go.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh
Shalom,
Hello.
oh.
Lord in
Uh oh.
Christ.
I know
Hey,
this nigga
shalom.
here.
Y'all
I
say
know
shalom.
this. I know this nigga here. Both sides crack.
Mighty
Both
man.
sides.
Lord of
Mighty
Christ.
man.
Gotta
Shalom,
make
Lord of
sure I look
Christ.
good first.
Hey,
Officer
Salaki, if
Yacht.
I
I was
could,
just about to bring y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all some shades. Next camp we got. I
no
got
sweat.
y'all.
The
Hey,
water,
Both
sir.
sides
Salaki.
crack.
Hey,
Shalom,
Salaki.
brother Christ.
Hey,
Go ahead,
I could
Adawan.
bring. I'm gonna bring Yasha up as well, man. If
Both
I
sides
could,
crack. We
man.
got
Hey,
room. We got room. We
Yasha,
got
you
room.
ready, Yasha? All right, here we go. I'll take that as a yeah. He turned his camera on. These two brothers.
Hey, it's a lock if I may out of one. You know what I'm saying? We got
Go ahead.
a video right now, you know what I'm saying, going viral on TikTok, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? They say a whole lot about the YNs. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
say a whole lot about the YNs. They kill me with these damn abbreviations. I know I done got a little old, a little long in it too. You know what I'm saying? But right here, you looking at two quote unquote YNs that
Right.
came in to the ISUPK. You
That's
feel
right.
me? To serve the most high. And
Uh,
then they went above and beyond. Not only did they come in here, they went above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? And
uh,
I had the pleasure of going to war with these two young brothers right here. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, give y'all niggas a round of applause. I'm
that's right.
so
Here we
proud.
go.
You know what I'm
Here
saying?
we
I'm so proud. I think I was just as happy when they called y'all name up. You know what I'm saying? When they called the rest of the VA up. You feel me? So the water to y'all, the water for y'all service. You know what I'm saying? And I leave it there. I let y'all. I know these is y'all homegrown. So do
go.
y'all thing.
So
Con,
like,
the water, sir.
I'm just gonna get them brothers to introduce themselves. You know what I'm saying? Tell us who you are, right? And tell us, you know what I mean, what this Hebrew Academy experience meant to you. You know, and what you gleaned from it, what you learned from it. All right. I don't
Come,
know which
come.
one of y'all want to go first. I'll let y'all deal with that.
Slot, if I may,
Go ahead.
I'd like to go first.
You got it, warrior. Go ahead.
Okay, so if I had to summarize my Hebrew Academy experience, and
Salakia,
as
who are you, brother? what's your rank?
Salaki,
What's your name? All right,
Salaki,
Salaki.
that's on
Who
me,
you
sir.
is, nigga?
Officer 50 Mayaka Allah Bangai.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah,
Clap
Sam.
that out. Clap that out. There he goes. Tell us about it.
Oh, okay. So if I had to summarize my Hebrew Academy experience, it's more like a development. You know, you go in there the first time, you wonder what are you gonna do. And at the very end of the experience, you tend to learn that all these brothers that you came along with, you have either grown up mentally, physically, and spiritually. And the fact about Hebrew Academy is that every Sunday that I would come there, I would always strive to keep on doing my best and to keep on improving because I wanted to, once again make my statement clear that I want to make sure I prove my name and that Hebrew Academy also it helps you with like certain problems with such as not being confidence or with speaking. Like every single end of Hebrew Academy, when that opportunity came up to practice and practice and practice, I wanted to, be better. And along those lines, it's the fact that every Sunday something new appeared. And when every single time that happened on Sunday or whenever we had Hebrew Academy on Sundays, I would always just be in my mind, just like ready to know like what are we gonna do today? Like what are we gonna learn? And how
Con,
am I going to keep on improving from it?
con.
But the one thing that did probably help me during the Hebrew Academy was like, there was at one point where I was a trooper and I wanted to, keep on improving and to keep on going into Hebrew Academy. So I had to pass the officer's test. And I will admit there was moments where I had a bit of an issue with trying to pass, but when I thought about like how far I've come from the very beginning and
Right.
how many people that I've like met in Hebrew Academy, I didn't want to let nobody down and not
Right.
let myself down either.
Right.
So I kept on studying and studying to the point where I didn't even notice that I passed. It just happened at camp.
Gotcha.
And to this day, I look at Hebrew Academy and I realize that it's not just something that builds you up. It's something that really brings out the person you actually are and how you're going to serve.
That's right, man. Get that brother a hand for that.
That's right.
Yeah, that brother, it's like that brother woke up. You know, a you said a lot of heavy points in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like about, you push yourself and the way Hebrew Academy just teaches you to basically expect some new shit. Expect some new trial, some new turmoil, some new adversity, some new Christianity, you know what I'm saying? If I may, Salaki. But the Christian church has taught us, has sold us this lie or this notion that if we just accept Jesus into our hearts, then the rest of our life is just full of bliss, full of riches, and full of job, security and promotions and mansions and Bentleys for the rest of your days.
Right.
And then you get smacked with the reality of life that ain't it. And then the next thing you know, you turn your back on the Most High because He ain't grant your wish when you rubbed on the damn genie lamp,
Facts.
and now you're
Facts.
smoking
Facts.
crack. Now you're getting high. Now you're a prostitute. Now you're an LGBTQ. You understand? This is what again, the Hebrew Academy is such a multifaceted program that tests everything about you. You understand? It's not just what the people are seeing in the viral videos. You understand? A bunch of Black, Latinos, and Native Americans up on a hill with more pride than they suspect that they're supposed to have.
And Salakia, no Africans. Salakia.
Uh,
With no Africans. Salakia.
God forbid. But like to see brothers with that much pride, it does stun America. You understand? Because it's not just that it's pride; it's a righteous pride. It's a pride that ain't on the back of sliding on your ops. It's pride that ain't on the back of being the damn you know the OG of some block. You know what I'm saying? like it's not that gang territorial nonsense. It's the righteousness of the Most High, man. These are
Facts.
brothers
Facts.
that are dedicating their lives to the Most High. And what does the
Facts.
Christian church do? Put you in a kiddie pool, huh? Sprinkle some water on your forehead and think that
Facts.
that's the accomplishment? No, these
Facts.
brothers go through the fire and they learn a thing or two about themselves, huh? Some brothers learn that you ain't all you thought you were. And like Officer Mayaka Allah said, some of you brothers, you're shy. You know what I'm saying? You don't do too well with speaking publicly. You'd rather not. You just want to play the back. Well, nah. The Most High requires more of you, and you've been playing the back your whole life. You got real comfortable. You've gotten good at playing the back and just being in the background. Now the Most High needs you up on that podium. Get up on that podium, and he's gonna bring that out of you. You're gonna become who the Lord wants you to be, not who you're comfortable being. Again, this is, I don't know where else you get this shit from. I don't know. There's nowhere else. There's no other institution, university, you understand, that's gonna breed the greatness of manhood. You understand, the way that Hebrew Academy does, man. It's just unparalleled by anything. But again, the water Mayakala for sharing those experiences with us.
So Salaki, I don't want, if I may, this is the RNU. This is the real nigga university. You know what I'm saying? This is the real nigga university. I just want to shout out real quick. We got Aqua Thara Pa'a. You know what I'm saying? Y'all Shamal Thambashim Yavsha, Aqua Thara Pa'a checking in. You know what I'm saying? We also got Hebrew Academy, class of 2025, resurrection graduate, Officer 50 Akal Sapa. You know what I'm saying? Checking in as well. Yabashim Shabakata. Shout out to Aqua Raya. And then we got a goddamn, I mean, we slacking. We got an African in the chat as well. Now, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, leave him on. If he can be quiet, if not,
No way.
you know what I'm saying, that's on you. Yeah, it's up to you. You know what I'm saying. If you want to get rid of this African that's in the damn chat, you can out of one. You know what I'm saying. But it so much you said that was so heavy in what you said. You feel me? We have been taught to be proud in the wrong things. We'll fly a red, black, and green flag and be proud of the same people, them damn Africans that sold us to these folks over here. We'll be proud over a paycheck. We'll be proud over a paycheck and how much baby oil I can buy. We proud of how much damn baby oil I can buy and slut my sisters out and etc. and be a P. Diddy. You feel me? But in here, in the UPK, you know what I'm saying, you learn where that pride really should be instilled at and where it should come from. You should be proud of who you are. You should be proud of your people and be, most of all, be proud of the fact that the Most High chose us. You feel me? It chose us. And y'all young brothers could have chose anybody. Y'all young brothers could have went and did anything. I be feeling sorry, Officer Ashala, you know what I'm saying, Officer Karala Khan, for our young brothers that's underneath us, because there's so many different options. They have a million different options, of the wrong thing to do. You feel me? But Officer Mayat and Officer Yash, they chose the right option. And that's so rare. You know what I'm saying? It's so rare and it should be commended. You know what I'm saying? I war with y'all brothers. I was so proud. I was so proud of y'all making that walk and doing it, because a lot of our young brothers don't do it. A lot of our brothers, you know what I'm saying, our young brothers, they find pride, you know what I'm saying, in being a shooter. They find pride in how many blunts they can roll up. They find pride in how many sisters they can lay down and throw away. Y'all brothers came in here in this truth, you know what I'm saying, and found pride in being priests and prophets of the Lord. And last point, like Officer Shah Olive said, it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? This world teaches you to be soft. This world teaches you not to be a man. You ain't got to speak up and speak with your chest and say what you mean and mean what you say and stand for something. In this world, you can be a boy and be a damn girl, and vice versa. In this world, you ain't got to stand for anything. And it's okay. God love me too. But we live in the real world. We live in a world that the Most High, you know what I'm saying, governs. And what he says is, you got to be a man, gird yourself up by your loins. And y'all brothers did that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers did that. You feel me? This African is in the chat. You feel me? This African is in the chat. Last thing I'm gonna say, you going in slavery with the rest of these damn devils. You feel me? Because our people were sold. We were sold to these damn devils. We became, you know what I'm saying, their property. And as a result, we look up to them for validation. We look up to them for acceptance. We look up to them for who we're supposed to be. These young brothers came in here and they looked up to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't easy. I watched it firsthand. It wasn't easy, but y'all brothers did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm extremely, extremely proud, you know what I'm saying, of y'all holding it down. Y'all kept coming back. No matter how hard it got, you kept coming back. I remember being a young man and not being able to really speak clear, you know what I'm saying, speak and say what I wanted to say. You feel me? That's a difficult thing for a man. And a lot of times they get swept under the rug. A lot of people don't understand that when you're a young man in this world, you feel me, you can't get your words and your thoughts together to say what you got to say. If you can't say it and sound like this damn oppressor, you feel me, they look down on you. If you can't say it and, you know what I'm saying, and pronounce all your R's and your T's and your I's and all of that other stuff, you know what I'm saying, they look down on you. You feel me? But in here, you going to learn the right way. Y'all two brothers came in here, you know what I'm saying, and did y'all thing. I'm extremely proud, you know what I'm saying, not only to have seen it and witnessed it firsthand, but to also go to war with you. You feel me? And that's what the ISUPK does. You're not gonna get that in Esau's military, and I done did that too. You're not gonna get that in their military. You're not gonna get that in their college. This is college graduation season, if I'm not mistaken. You're not gonna get that walking across their damn stage. You only gonna get that in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all brothers, the water for y'all brothers and y'all service, y'all dedication, for y'all coming back, getting your ass kicked and coming back every time with your head up. Every time. Shout out to your mama for making sure, you know what I'm saying, she got some real soldiers in that house for allowing y'all to come and be raised by men. You feel me? I'm a land right there. You know, I can go on. This damn African in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I want, when it got me heated. But the water to y'all brothers. And I also see we got Officer Uriah on the stage. Most High Christ. Yahweh Shib Yashar Brakatah. You know what I'm saying? One of B-More's finest on the stage. Most High Christ, man. I yield right there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, I know Officer Yasha was here first, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he gotta jump up in there, but you know.
Now ISUPK, you know, things are done according to rank, you know what I'm saying, in order, right? So Officer Uriah, I know you just now joining us, but what we've been doing
Hey,
is
B-More is in the building. I feel some kind of way. B-More is in the building strong right now. You know what I'm saying?
so basically just if you could just introduce yourself, tell us who you are, and just tell us pretty much what you feel like you've gained through the Hebrew Academy experience. Again, without being too specific, you understand. Without being too specific, but just kind of in general, like what you've gained, you know, through the experience of Hebrew Academy.
No sweat. The water too. The water
And then, and then Officer Yaasha go. Again, the water for being patient, brother.
So like, I know we do things in order, but I'll defer to Officer Yaasha at this point, if that's okay with everybody here.
Let's give that a hand. Let's give that a hand. See that? That's brotherhood. That's brotherhood. Like that's it. What else you gonna do? All right, Yaasha, the floor is yours, brother.
All right, now.
Khan, sir. Shalom. I'm Officer 50 Yaasha Bangad from the Baltimore zone. Say my experience with Hebrew Academy. I say, well, in the beginning, I was a little hesitant because at that time I had some other things I was doing, but I wanted to get into Hebrew Academy just to gain some knowledge and be better and want to be like the world. Because of course, if I was in the world, I'd be like a YN, you know, doing stuff I wasn't supposed to. But I got here. I want to say Tawada to the brothers I was with throughout the whole academy with. And I was able to be there every day, not missing not one day at all, even when it got hard. I say them cold days. Yeah, them cold days. But I won't say too much, but I will say this. I'm glad I was able to walk the stage with my brothers. That was most importantly. I was glad I was able to walk the stage with my brothers. That's what really mattered, because I was with them. And on that final day, there was a lot of brothers that was lifting me up. I was getting me there. And not leave me behind. I did not leave them behind, not one bit.
Facts.
That's it,
Most High Christ. Give me a hand.
Most High Christ. Hey, a lot, yeah. I know that we all did a whole bunch of different training and all that, and I know that our enemies, our oppressors out there, he also doing training. You know what I mean? And I wanted to, before I ask my question, y'all, I was like, Aisha, could you show the video of of our oppressors, putting up their defense wall?
Hey, that'd be too wild. We could get the brother's opinion on stage as well. That'd be great. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
You come on, man. That's it. You sure?
You said, "Am I sure?"
Abilities out of
Are you
one.
sure? Can y'all handle it? You sure you can handle it?
I don't think Officer Rock gonna burn him up too bad. He might, you know what I'm saying? You know how Officer Rock can get, you know what I'm saying? I think he'd be all right.
That's right. Here we go. This is called the Wall of Doom. yeah. Hey, listen, y'all know I be having a hard time. Listen, someone else gonna have to get control of these videos, man. I don't be able to make it through these joints, man. I mean,
look, devils mess up everything, man. Like this is potato salad with raisins in it. That's what it looked like already off top. You feel me?
Hold on, I hope
This
y'all
is
can hear me.
I think this is the group, the Patriot Front. You know, they post their trainings all over online, which I think they shouldn't do because it's terrible. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But Salakia.
Yes, if you want to be tough like these guys,
And Salakia, can I say one thing before we start the video?
yeah.
One thing before we start the video, the Most High can't stand Africans, and I'm saying that so we don't get flagged. On, you know what I'm saying? The Most High do not love Africans. Kathy, whatever the hell your damn name is, the Most High don't love you. Therefore, we do what the Most High do, and we don't love you either. Y'all sold Hebrew Israelites. Y'all sold Israelites to this damn devil. Now you want to try to weasel your way back in later on. I don't understand. I don't understand. We don't understand either. Go find Wakanda. Nigga, go find Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't that them your people over there, we over here. And we gonna see you on the battlefield. We gonna see you in the cotton field later on. You know what I'm saying? I'm through right there. Slack out of one. Nigga, get in my nerve and goddamn comment. You know
Hey,
what I'm
look,
saying? Talking about why we don't love heat. Why we don't love heat. Eating
hey,
monkeys.
look. Hey,
Who eat monkeys and get compassion? You don't ate them damn monkeys. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
y'all
Slack.
can hey, listen, ignore him, Mike.
I'm through out of one.
Ignore him, Mike.
I'm through.
No
I'm
sweat.
through.
But I understand why you mad. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like,
So Wakanda.
yeah,
comment
it's a
section.
right.
I'm find
Justify.
out what page. I'm gonna find out what page. I'm just gonna jump in the comment section on what page he on. What I'm about.
Oh, yeah, that works too. That
Most
works
High
too.
Christ.
All
Wow.
right. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, on the battlefield.
is this in Russia?
No, I said Richmond. This is one of some of VA's finest right here.
Yikes.
Yes. So go back to rest. Right. And then the other part of this this move.
This ain't Dungeons and Dragons. This ain't this,
Nah,
this
might
ain't
be.
Hogwarts. So like,
Is that the section leader is the one that issues the cycle advance as one. Marcus, keep up. Step. Step. Marcus, you got to keep up. Step. and stay close because I'm going from here. So you guys step. Try and penetrate this. Step. 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 Step.
all right, so like,
Look, look.
is that
Don't
y'all had enough
don't
of that?
nobody, even they people, make jokes to them. You know what I'm saying? Like the army, they supposed to be the army for the oppressor. Even the oppressor is making videos. You know what I'm saying? Making fun of them. And Marcus, he needs to sit down. He needs some. Marcus don't know how to hold the line. You know what I'm saying? It's not realistic. The wall is dumb. Their wall is dumb. I mean, they don't know which foot they was gonna be on. When you watch the video on the beginning, they switching foots. You know what I'm saying? He leaning on Marcus. We only heard him say something to him 2 times. And when you watch the video and don't skip nothing, he done leaned on Marcus maybe like 5 times for breaking the line. You know what I'm saying? They have no style, 2 left foots. You know what I'm saying? They military abilities are just like they dancing. It's trash. It's garbage. It's not gonna hold up. You know what
It's
I'm saying?
sad.
But I know at Hebrew Academy, bro, you know what I'm saying? Our young men, we came in there ready. We came in there with, you know what I'm saying, holding the wall, you know what I'm saying? And then the instructors perfected it and gave us their way that works to hold the wall even better. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our brothers in Hebrew Academy already did great things in the military. You know what I'm
And
saying?
so,
Already went up the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Already was in the police force and in the security and already, you know what I'm saying? These right here, Patriots fronts, you got to remember, they are cops. You know what I'm saying? So if they messing up now, they already had training. It's just
hey,
not for them.
hey, and Salakia, you know what I'm saying? Just to add to what you're saying, Officer Karai, I know everybody's probably seen the videos with the Patriot Front. I think that was them out there in Ohio. You know what I'm saying? They was out on the bridge in Ohio and they got confronted by some of the brothers, you know what I'm saying, that was in the hood, and the cops are the ones that
You mean
escorted them back to their gear, and then
mean they got
escorted them from their gear back to the bridge. So like
Come,
I don't
come.
I was gonna say, you mean they got run off?
Yeah,
They got
ran
run
off.
the
Come,
hell off.
come. That's
but
that's how we know they were cops. You know what I'm
fact.
saying?
But the point that I was gonna make is though everything, you know what I'm saying, the Bible says that Jacob is the former of all things. Everything that this place got, it got from us. Their whole quote unquote judicial system comes from Judah. They're called they're lawyers. That's law, yeah. Their whole, you know what I'm saying, system, their military. The Bible calls the Most High the Lord of hosts. That word host just means army or militaries. You feel what I'm saying? So all of that comes from us. That's our culture. It's just been taken from us. That's our culture. You feel me? So who else is gonna do it better than the originators? You feel what I'm saying? Who else gonna do it better than us? Can't nobody else do it better than us. When you looking at them videos of us out there, that's us out there in the midst of our captivity, in the midst of our slavery out there. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 and 2,000, 3,000 some damn push-ups in the midst of our slavery. That's not what you saw in that video you just showed with Esau dedicated just to him destroying us, and he still looked like a damn fool. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody that can do it better than us because we are the Lord's children. And I just wanted to throw that out there. The only reason they able to do anything that they do is because they stole it from us. You feel me? And us being the Lord's children, who else gonna be? Who else gonna be a better military, a better army? I don't care how much training they do. When them 200 million angels crack that damn sky, I don't care what they gonna outside Charlotte. When them angels crack that sky, I can see a whole bunch of them dropping a flag. I see a whole bunch of them dropping a flag, dropping their M16s in the ground. You feel me? Tucking tail and running. And we gonna have to go back there and grab them. Hebrew Academy gonna kick in. We gonna have to go snatch their ass out the ground. Why? Because they gonna tuck tail and run. You feel me? They've been preparing for this for a lifetime and they still ain't ready yet. And I'll leave it right there.
So like I got a couple more videos I want to show, but I do want to let Officer Uriah get in
Officer Uriah jump up in there.
real quick. Now it's funny because I know Officer Corral come. He reminded us of the videos. Yeah, we got some heat. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely want to give space to the brothers that are joining us, our special guests. You know what I mean? These brothers, these Hebrew Academy class of 2025 graduates, man. Brothers truly proving your worth to the Most High and everybody in Israel. All right. So, Officer Uriah, it's on you.
So I wanted to ask him a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Warrior. You got it.
Yeah. So like Officer Uriah, and even the other brothers can go after you. I wanted to ask, like, so being in Hebrew Academy, like, what was? I know we had to do push-ups, right? We had to do some other stuff, but as far as though training, you know what I mean, the physical aspect of it, and watching the video, we see our oppressors out there training also. Like, how did you feel like during before Hebrew Academy and during Hebrew Academy, the physical aspect of it? How did you prepare for it? And what role did it play during Hebrew Academy? Like, how did you prepare for it when Hebrew Academy started? And also how did you prepare yourself to like maintain it, to get better at it, or to continue it? Like, how hard was it? How easy was it? How did you take it?
So let me shalom, first of all. Shalom, everybody. God
Shalom.
bless you. I just want to make sure I got your question correct. You said when it came to just the physical, how did I prepare for the physical aspect of Hebrew Academy?
Yeah, either before or like during. How hard it was? How easy? Was it hard to prepare for it? Let me say that.
And Salaki, if I may, before you answer out of one, this is Officer 1000 Uriah Allah. You know what I'm saying? Checking in out of Baltimore. I just want to make sure I throw that out there.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all, brothers. So I would say honestly, as prepared as people think they're going to be. I thought I was a little bit prepared. I don't think you're still going to be prepared. I think I'll say what I did to prepare is I love MMA, So, I've always been in the mixed martial arts circuit, but even doing that, I still wasn't fully prepared because I think I always quote Jeremiah Hyman. When you go to Hebrew Academy, even if you think you're the physically toughest guy there, it's all spiritual. Even the physical is the spiritual. Right. It really is all. I didn't understand that until I got there. It really is spirit. You can get some of the toughest guys, the physical guys in the world, and they probably will quit because it is all spiritual. We do the physical aspect of it, but even doing that physical, it's spiritual behind it. So I just learned to be quiet. I just learned to just, I made a point. The way I prepared for Hebrew Academy, whether it was physical or anything like that, I said, I need to learn how to be quiet. And that was my goal, was to learn how to be quiet. I didn't want to come in there and say, well, I know how to punch and I know how to kick. I learned how to be quiet and learn to, just to learn from the men that were above me, and even learn from people that were troopers or were just, I just wanted to learn. So, and sometimes you just got to learn. So be prepared to be quiet. That's my answer. Fact. Be prepared to shut the hell up. If I could say that online, I don't know if that's appropriate or not, but
yeah, you can say that here.
Okay, Tawada. Okay, you never know what you can say nowadays online, but be prepared to be quiet.
Trump is in office. You can say whatever you feel like. Trump is in office.
God, I believe. Yeah, you know what? That's a great point. But even during all the physical, you got brothers in there that were into pro boxing, but they came to Hebrew Academy and learned to be quiet, learn to take instruction. Whether you think I know more punches, just be quiet. So I think that this Hebrew Academy was great for me, and it was hard, but that's why the greatest thing I got out of it from the physical was the brotherhood, because you fighting your demons. That demon told me every week that I should not come. That's what that demon was telling me every week I shouldn't come. But I had great brothers like Officer Yagadar, Officer Mataza I had great brothers like you, Officer Karak Lakam, and to have the two younger brothers, officers Yaasha and Mayat, going up with them every week. That's what helped me deal with the physical, because my demon always wants me to just chill and sleep, and just take the easy way out, and and I had to learn that you got to learn that the Christian church is easy, and that's why everybody's in there, and that's why all types of demons are in there. And that's why every type of, that's why, every demon of Babylon is right in the Christian church, because it's easy. All you got to do is sing and dance and play a timbrel, and you're good. And the Lord accepts that. The Lord accepts them according to them. The Lord don't accept them, but that's what they're saying. Oh, the Lord accepts you, just come as you are. But when you come into Hebrew Academy, you got to learn how to fight those demons and get rid of that old man, that old self. So I would say, yeah, it was hard, but it was a good hard, because it taught me, I'm talking about even the physical, it taught me to be quiet and just to learn from the people that were over me and the brothers that I would be in charge of. So I think that hopefully that answers your question, Officer Corral. I think you're on mute, Officer Corral.
You're on mute, Officer Corral.
I said, yeah, Con with Con. That answered the question, the water. You understand? That was it. Unless y'all want to go yeah, Aisha. How do you prepare for the physical aspect, or not even how? Was it hard or was it easy? Or did you come straight into it already prepared and all that?
Kind of a concert. I want to say that in the beginning, I want to piggyback off what Yara said, because even I thought when I got into boxing, I was running, I thought like I'd be straight. And getting into it, I didn't really know a lot. I didn't know a lot. I didn't really know anything. I just learned to just keep quiet and just learn throughout the whole academy. I want to say though, in terms of physical exercising, it was hard. It was hard getting through it. Can't do it because I had, I thought, I might have advantage because I'm young, and it's like maybe oh well, maybe not, because I saw a lot of brothers who was feeling the same way, but coming towards and again I say on this, coming towards those cold days, it kind of showed you like, no, you don't.
No sweat. No
But
sweat. Done. Done.
I'm just
What
glad
about
how
you, Officer Mayakala?
So, lucky if I may, I had to mention something. Kind of like how Officer Yasha had mentioned. There is moments where being prepared is had to. It was a very serious thing because if you're not prepared for what's to come, you end up being the slowest one. Like I'm trying to like say in a way that when it comes to being prepared for Hebrew Academy and generally just being prepared at all, it generally took time, effort, and to just keep on pushing forward because nothing really gets handed to you on a silver platter, even if you try to like make it seem that way.
Facts,
Definitely.
facts, facts.
Definitely. No sweat. No sweat. Come on, come. Come on,
Hey,
come.
hey, Salaki, if I may, you know what I'm saying, I want to get back to something that Officer Uriah Allah said, you know what I'm saying? Officer Uriah Allah was very inspirational to us, and yeah, I guess you had to be there to know it, you know what I'm saying? But Officer Uriah Allah, if it's a if they say go to ground, Officer Aisha Allah, if they, you know what I'm saying, if it's that time, we got to throw them hands. I want to make sure Officer Uriah Allah is next to me. You know what I'm saying? I hope this nigga, I hope him and Kerala Khan is next to me. Cause if they next to me, I'm gonna get to have me a field day. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna have me a field day if these brothers is next to me because I saw how they went to war. You know what I'm saying? And it's a scripture that I wanted to pull. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, so like I hit the wrong damn joint. This damn African in the screen, I threw me off a little bit. I'm back. I want to Salaki. I see you laughing, Officer my yacht. That's right. You're gonna be a monster at battling these damn devils. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be a monster at it because I done seen how you grew in it. But it's a scripture, you know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying, baby. I'm going back to what Officer Uriah said. You feel me? In that church, they're not going out suffering for their brothers and their sisters. In their church, they're not suffering for nobody else but themselves. Their church teaches us to be individuals. And it's easy to be an individual. It's easy to what my pockets look like, what my finances look like, what my kids look like. You know what I'm saying? What is it? You know what I'm saying? What is it gonna benefit me? And then here we learn the opposite because we learn what their Lord actually said. It's not easy to be no priest and officer in the ISUPK. It's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 7. It says the entrance thereof is narrow. This is talking about that kingdom of heaven. This is a parable, you know what I'm saying? It's given in the beginning, talking about getting to that kingdom of heaven. Everything that your TD Jakes is talking about, everything that your Creflo Dollar is preaching about. You know what I'm saying? When that nigga said lock them doors, Officer Ashala, when he said lock the doors, he said lock the doors. They was hoping they was gonna get right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're talking about. But it says in Second Ezra that the entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall. When we be out there on them streets and we teaching this truth and we doing what the Lord told us to do, that's not no safe thing to do. That's not no easy thing to do. You got to have the protection of the Lord to do it. I seen a couple of videos this weekend of them fake Israelite groups with the baby out tassels on their shirt, with their leaders getting pegged, them fake groups getting out there getting chopped up. Why? Because they're not in here and they don't have the protection of the Lord. And they don't have the tutelage and they don't have what we're learning, what we're taught in Hebrew Academy, what we're taught from the men above us. You know what I'm saying? It says it's set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there is fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. You got fire on one side where you're gonna burn up and you're gonna drown on the other side. That's what it means to come into this truth. And I saw Officer Uriah get out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of brothers can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And Officer Uriah, you know what I'm saying? He had a unique story. You feel me? He had been in there and put some years in there. He had put years in this truth already. He had put time in this truth already. It may be brothers that's in the UPK right now. You feel me? They comfortable with where they at. They comfortable. They done did this. They done did that. I teach class every such and such and such and such. You feel me? But you also got when you go to New York, and you will see them covers hanging up on the wall. You go to Baltimore and you look over on the left-hand side and you see them covers hanging up on the wall. And the thing about, you know what I'm saying, when you come into this UPK, you learn how to hold on to it, how cherished it is because of what you went through to get to it. Officer, you're right. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to cross that line. You was good. You was solidified. When I came in, you know what I'm saying, you was out of one to me when I got in here, but you still went on ahead and crossed that line. You still was an inspiration to me. Karala Khan, Officer Yaash, Officer Mayat. Why would you know what I'm saying, put yourself through that? And I'm an old nigga like you, so I understand. Why would you put your body through that? Why would you put, you know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? You feel me? And I just want to get that from you.
Most High in Christ. The water for that too, Officer Yagadah, if I may. Most High in Christ.
No doubt.
Water for that. And if I may, Officer Aisha and Officer Yagadah and all the rest of the brothers, if I may, I think I'm gonna put this out there too, if I may. The reason why I was able to get to Hebrew Academy every week was Officer Yagadah. The second week of Hebrew Academy, I'm talking about the second week. And I think everybody remembers this because I was so angry because Officer Corral come had to pick me up. I was actually feeling good the second week because I got to the Hebrew school early, and I said, we about to drive to Philly. And 5 o'clock in the morning, out of nowhere, there's nobody out there. A drunk driver came and missed me, could have hit me and hit my car. My car was totaled. And this is right before we go into Hebrew Academy. So I had no way to get to Hebrew Academy every week. There was no way I could get up there. And Officer Yagadah, Most High in Christ, had an SUV, a work SUV that got all of us, not just me, to places like Philly, to New York, to DC, and this was weekly. So I just want to say the water to that brother because I was thinking every week, I'm like, how we gonna get there? And then obviously Yagadah would just call me like, I'm picking y'all brothers up. And this was week. And remember, Hebrew Academy was a long journey. We went from September all the way to April. So you got to think this brother sacrificed car, gas, and this is weekly, especially when we had to go to New York. We would have to be leaving 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And obviously Yagadah never complained. And he did this every week. So I appreciate brothers like him. I appreciated training with a brother like Officer Corral Come. I always joke about Corral Come. Corral Come is a brother never gets tired. So when we go to war, if you're gonna go to war
all day, I'm gonna fight all day.
I never seen Officer Corral Come get tired. I was like, well, wait a minute, we be trying to get a second win. Officer Corral Come would be on the first one. I'm like, he never gets tired. So I always love training with him. The younger brothers, Officer Yaasha and Officer Mayak. I mean, those brothers every week would motivate me to just go to academy. Those were obviously Yaasha. Always, every time I'm getting tired, he would always encourage me. Come on, Uriah, you can do it. And then Officer Mayak, he always said something that was funny to make me not think about all the pain that I was in. And I'm gonna definitely say something about this brother because he just jumped in here. Officer Matanza, let me give this brother a shout out. Listen.
That's my nigga right there.
I'm gonna tell you why this brother was a big help to me.
Most High Christ.
This brother would, as an officer, they would, a lot of us in Baltimore, they would look at me like an officer. Matanza always helped me out, especially if I was given an order. And I joke about it now because this brother, he's solid. He always follows the order to a T. You need a brother. You always need a brother that's going to follow the order to the T. I would get an order, and it would be sent to us in a text, and it would be written out. And then I'd get another order. And this brother always said, Salakia, sir. The order says this. And I loved it because it kept me in line. My ADHD would be jumping around to 50 orders. All of a sudden, Matanza, I'll be like, Salakia. The order says this. And I loved it because he was so solid with it. And I'm like, man, so I mean, I couldn't have asked for a greater group of brothers in Baltimore every week. I'm talking about this was every week. Throughout the pain, throughout the everything that we went through. I loved suffering with these brothers. These brothers I suffered with, and I'd do it again. I really would suffer with these brothers again. Because actually, I'm gonna be honest. During Hebrew Academy, I'm like, man, what's the next? How many more weeks we have? But I told Officer Mataz when it ended, because Officer Kazak said this a couple weeks after it ended. I was like, man, I miss them brothers. Like, I really started missing. I was like, I miss it. Like, even though I complained every week, I'm like, why are we getting up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 7? But then afterwards, I'm like, man, I miss these brothers, like, because I miss the camaraderie we had. So I want to shout out to all the people that was with us in Baltimore, even the brothers that was in Virginia, was a Shamai Agabar, Officer Call, and Officer Yabakar. Man, we had a solid group. So to wide it all, y'all.
A lot of too, sir. We got Officer of 1,000 Mataza Akara in the chat, y'all. Out of Virginia.
Most
side crazy. Hey, we was hey sir, we was talking about the workouts, right? You know, what was the challenges? Did you think that you came prepared? How or did you know come not prepared and then you got into your routine? But before you answer, right? Hey Aisha, I want you to watch this video. Did you show the video of the other of our oppressors doing the push-ups? So like, cause I know we got familiar with our push-ups. I think that's like your main course. You know what I'm saying? That's your first food. That was like the bread. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot. While I don't want to getting that video ready, I just want to shout out. You know what I'm saying in the chat. You know what I'm saying. We got Aqua. I'm a Don the checking in. You know what I'm saying. I'm more than pleased to see. You know what I'm saying. Officer Mataz Akara. You know what I'm saying. 1,000 Mataz Akara checking in. You know what I'm saying. Joining us on the stage. You feel me? Before Aqua, Ottawa. You know what I'm saying. Cue up the video. You feel me? And again, if you know what this struggle is, you feel me? The link is in the chat. If you know what this struggle is, the link is in the chat. You feel me? Go ahead and jump on in there and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Let us be known. Hey, I wouldn't have made it through. I wouldn't have made it through if it wasn't for Officer Bataza Akara. You feel me? But let's go see this video. Let's see what these push-ups hitting on. You know what I'm saying? These devils always got something smart to say. Let's see what these push-ups hitting on. You know what I'm saying? I know what that Bible said. The Bible said they gift was the sword. Outside of that sword, man, please, you take away that sword from that devil. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they got to fight on their hands.
Hey,
but they they hands and they feet. I don't think that was a part of the blessing. I don't think that's a part of
It
the
was that
sword.
sword. It was
Their
that
hands and their
sword.
feet was
It
a
was
part of
that
the
sword.
sword
I'm
because
telling you, it was that sword. Hey, it's a lot. I sent the video to Officer Bataz Akara probably about 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? They so gifted with the sword. You know what I'm saying? They got a speed loader on the clip. It's something that's envy. You know what I'm saying? That's their gift. It ain't us. You feel me? It ain't us. I land right there.
Salaki, I gotta y'all be putting me on under a lot of pressure with these share this video, share that video. Hurry up.
With great power comes great responsibility.
He said, "Hurry up!" That was somebody over there instead.
Here we go. Prepare to be astonished.
Look like they carrying their boyfriends.
Hold on. I got the volume there. Look.
Up. Down.
I don't even know why they did that goofy stuff.
I know why they did it.
It had to be the first time that they did it because it's like they just trying. They come.
That was.
Go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say they just want to get closer to one another.
They did like one. They did like one cat did one. The other cat did one. The other did a half of one. So that's like
he did a half of one. It's like they went in the park. It's like they went in the park and said, "All right, yeah, let's try this." You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, obviously they can't do push-ups by themselves, let alone like you got to master that first. You got to master doing the push-ups, lifting your whole body weight up. Then you want to try to do a diamond, like put your feet on him and then put your feet on him.
And Salaki, if I may, you know what I'm saying? This is the Patriot Front one of America's real live hate groups because we a love group. We ain't no hate group in here. You feel me? Doing their exercises. And you know what's so crazy? Never once, ever, you know what I'm saying, in the history of the ISUPK, did any brother come along and say, hey, let's all put our feet on together on each other and let's do push-ups. You know why that never happened? Because that's not our damn culture. And that's not who we are when we tap back into who we actually are. Keith Lagambo. That's African culture to be alternative. That's this Roman culture to be alternative. That ain't us. That ain't us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never had no desire to stack on top of each other and do no damn push-ups. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it.
God.
But
You're absolutely
I
right.
was in the crowd, Zachariah. How you feel about them push-ups?
Okay.
Hey, Shalom, y'all about to about the thumb. Can y'all hear me all right?
Thought.
Most
Kind
High
of.
Christ, will you are the one.
Most High Christ, Most High Christ. This priest officer, 1,000 al Quran. I think before I get to that ignorant video, Salaki, I think the question initially was, how did I feel about the prep? Is that what I heard, Officer Quran?
Kind like yeah. How did you? Was it easy? Like did you come prepared? Did you come unprepared? And was it easy for you to prepare yourself, or like what were some of the challenges, or was there any challenges?
There, I don't think there is any. There's not enough preparation for Hebrew Academy. There is
Kind.
not enough preparation for Hebrew Academy. No matter how prepared any brother thinks they are, and I thought I was halfway prepared. Admittedly, I thought I was halfway prepared, but it's obviously Uriah Allah said it earlier. It's spiritual, whether it's the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. It's all spiritual, and that's what the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. We're building brothers up. We're building brothers up. So no matter how prepared somebody thinks they are, it's absolute work. It's absolute work. It's not easy. It's very difficult, and I don't know about anybody else, but there was some blood shed, there was some tears shed, there was a whole lot of sweat shed, and I don't know if anybody can be prepared for what Hebrew Academy is, and that's for so many reasons. We're coming out of the world, we're coming out of Christianity, we're coming out of everything else, whether Islam, Buddhism, whatever. Just being on the block, we're coming out of all of that to be built up to be actual soldiers for the Lord. And as much as some of our brothers, have gone through Esau's military, and I have not, but I think they would even admit what we went through, and we continue to go through. Is I don't know if you can if you can really prepare yourself for it. It is actual work, and it's meant to build brothers up so that we can build up this nation. This is not something that is to be taken lightly. This is very, very serious. It's the work of the Lord, and it's the work for our nation. And so, as difficult as it is, I think everybody would also agree it was rewarding. You know what I mean? It's something that was accomplished that we did and we continue to do. Getting up every Sunday, I think for myself, it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And that was on sleep-in days. That was on sleep-in days at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. When we're going to Philly and New York, we don't go to sleep. We're getting on the road 10, 11 o'clock at night to get there, to get smoked, to get back on the road and come back and start everything over the next day.
Thanks.
Going to camp the day before to then turn around and be in Hebrew Academy, because that's all Hebrew Academy is for. It's for camp. It's for the work. So again, this is a long answer to say no. I wasn't prepared. I don't know if anybody who graduated Hebrew Academy felt like they were prepared. I want to talk to them. I got to get some more information. That's just me though. Slack.
Hey, it's like real quick, Corral Khan. I'm privy to know what Esau's military is. You know what I'm saying, and that one that they claim is so hard, the Marine Corps. You know what I'm saying, in Hebrew Academy, and I will be the first to say the Marine Corps ain't got shit on the Hebrew Academy. It has absolutely nothing on Hebrew Academy, and I stand on that. And I wish anybody would jump on and say different. It has nothing on hand in hand. It has nothing on combat training. It has nothing on it whatsoever. You feel me? And I stand on that right there. Go ahead, Karala Khan.
No, I was gonna say, like, this is the army of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like when we just showed you the video of those precious carrying their brothers around and doing push-ups on top of each other. It looked like they training to lose. They training to carry their brothers. They doing training drills of carrying their brothers around.
They like touching
You
each other.
right, you gonna carry your brother around when he get wounded. We out there training to defend us and other people. They training to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, yeah. And then all of that training, they not gonna go into use anyway. Because if you would give me the scripture and Jeremiah 16:16, all of them push-ups. You know what I'm saying? If I can get Jeremiah 16 verse 16,
You got that,
all of them.
Yakadar?
I got you, other one.
The water. All of them push-ups that they doing stacked on top of each other, and all of that carrying their brother around that you seen in circles in the park. They're going to be carrying their brother out of them caves. That's that's going to be happening. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High is going to have the army of the Most High is going to have his army, Israel, going and grabbing them. You know what I'm saying? This was all this training come through. This is what we doing. We training to protect our nation. You know what I'm saying?
Heavy scripture for right here.
Jeremiah 16:16. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers." Right? That's the brothers that you see out here on the streets that's breaking down these scriptures to you, that's doing all of these podcasts, that you see doing classes from 7 to 9. You know what I mean? That's trying to fish brothers in. You know what I mean? Different tactics. You know what I mean? That's why we got this podcast, Chop and Cut. It's a way to fish brothers in. You know what I mean? Everybody likes watching videos and want to know the meaning of certain things and different views and the ISUPK views and breakdown on these videos. But this is our way to fish brothers in that likes watching YouTube, that like watching TikTok. You know what I mean? That's the fishes, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. What I just explained. And after I send many hunters, right? So after all of this, the Most High is going to send hunters, right? He's going to send the children of Israel is going to go out. He's going to have hunters that's going to jump over walls, that's
Damn
going to
right.
run fast. You know what I'm saying? All the YNs that you think is so disgusting that you don't want to help, that's out on them streets, that's struggling, going through so much mental damage and trauma. Well, the Most High is going to wake them up. You know what I'm saying? The brothers in the ISUPK is going to wake them up. You know what I mean? And some of them are going to be hunters that the Most High is sending into the UPK. You know what I'm saying? And they shall hunt them from every mountain. We all know who's the who makes their home in the mountain. You know what I'm saying? Of Georgia, Russia. That's where they was at before. You know what I'm saying? That's the oppressor. I mean, he's doing all of that, carrying his brother around, and he's doing that for a reason. Because when we go, when a UPK runs in there and go hunt them, when the Most High send them hunters to go get them, yeah, some of them gonna buck, and they're gonna have to get whooped, and their brothers are gonna have to carry them out of them caves. You know what I mean, to wherever we order them to. You know what I'm saying? But I'll let my plane, sir.
All right, facts. If I can jump in there real quick, you know what I'm saying? That's a heavy scripture because then it says, and out of the holes of the rocks, they known for their bunkers. You can go online right now and see all the expensive bunkers that they got, $1 million bunkers, $1 billion bunkers, you know what I'm saying, with years and years of provisions and food and so forth. But the Bible says, the Most High says, that ain't gonna be enough. It's not gonna stop this judgment from coming to you. You know what I'm saying? And so for this is what we train for. You may think that Christianity got you straight, and your pastor, you know what I'm saying? God love everybody, saved and sanctified, love all the little boys and girls. I bet he do. Rolling around on the damn floor. You may think he got all the answers, but he don't, because he's not teaching you outside of this Bible. Their money is not gonna save them. Their status is not gonna save them. It's a show that I watched probably about a month ago. I forget the name of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about them building $1 trillion, you know what I'm saying, facility underground. And then guess what? About 2 weeks ago, out of one, Officer Mataza, Officer Uriah, Officer Shai Ayal, about 2 weeks ago, guess what I learned? They actually done built a $21 trillion facility underground. A $21 trillion facility America done built underground. Why? For the same thing that the damn Bible was teaching. The same thing that the Bible been teaching, UPK been teaching since 1969, and it's not gonna save them. Because even though they've been preparing for it, the Lord said, we gonna snatch them out of them holes. We gonna snatch them out of there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a end there, but I just wanted to ask, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to add, Officer Mataza Akara, Officer Uriah Yala. It's different when you come in and you know what I'm saying, you got brothers underneath you. It's a different thing when you got brothers underneath you. It's a different motivation. You know what I'm saying? When you got brothers underneath you, it's also a different motivation when you're not in the same spot in life that they at. Y'all could have easily, you know what I'm saying, Officer Mataz Akara, Officer Uriah, y'all could have easily tapped out and kept going, kept your rank. You know what I'm saying? Been officers of high stature in the UPK. You feel me? Nobody will look down on you like you always know. I don't think I'm exposing too much, but you gonna always hear you will still be a brother. You know what I'm saying? You'll still be I see all the faces on the screen. You'll still be a brother. You feel me? Y'all could have still been brothers, but y'all went that extra mile. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went that extra mile. Y'all went that extra. Y'all did what was required. You know what I'm saying? Had it not been for y'all too, I wouldn't have made it through. You know what I'm saying? Every time, you know what I'm saying, I filled up that gas tank, Officer Uriah Yala, I had Officer Mataz Akara in my mind because he was filling it up too. He had to make that trip too. Even on the nights when I didn't have to go all the way back, guess what? He had to make it all the way back and come back next week as well. You know what I'm saying? So y'all were my inspiration going through. So I just want to ask y'all, you know what I'm saying? Why and how? You know what I'm saying? If you want to drop a scripture to say how, how did you do, you know what I'm saying, the impossible? Because the Hebrew Academy is the impossible. I don't want you to get it in your mind if you watching, oh, anybody can do it. No, they can't. Anybody can do the Marines. God damn it. The African is chiming in and chat. Anybody can do the Marines. Anybody can do the Army. Anybody can do the Navy. Anybody can. You can be a he, a she, a they. Anybody can do it. Everybody can do Hebrew Academy. Everybody ain't built for the ISUPK. So for Officer Matazah, I'm an Officer Uriah, you know what I'm saying? How y'all did that? How you do that?
We'll see. Well, y'all, I yield to you first.
I was about to let it to. I'm gonna give it to Officer Mataz out first because that's. Go ahead, Officer Mataz. I'm gonna defer to you, brother.
How? So initially, I didn't even know I didn't know what to expect, and that's one of the things I told the brothers. You know, especially in Virginia, they know my mantra was remove all expectation when Hebrew Academy started. I didn't know what Hebrew Academy was going to be. What I did know is every high-powered officer and captain and all the generals have gone through this. So if I wanted to be a soldier for the Lord, right? If I wanted to be the best soldier I could be, then this is something that I needed to do, right? This is something that I absolutely needed to do, and whatever was going to come with it was going to come with it. And because the men above me have gone through this, and so if they did it, and that's how they became who they are, and damn it, I was going to do the same. And so you know another how is the brotherhood, the brotherhood. I can't say it enough. The brotherhood, us being accountable to each other is something that's it's spiritual. It's spiritual and it's practical. It's how we're supposed to build a nation. We have to be accountable to each other. That's one of the things that the Christian church misleads our people. That it's just about you and it's about how you feel about a thing and it's about what you want to do. That's not what this is. That's not what our nation is. It's about us being accountable to each other, us lifting each other up when we may be having tough days. I don't feel like doing this, but guess what? I got to go pick the brothers up. We got to go out here to make sure we are going to war together. That's what all of this is about. And at the end of the day, all of this is for the Lord.
That's right.
All of this is for the Lord. We only go out here. We only go to Hebrew Academy. We only teach class. We only go to camp. We only do all of these things for the Lord and for the nation, because that's our job as priests and prophets, to wake our people up and lift up our voice like a trumpet, as it says in Isaiah 58:1. That's what we're supposed to be doing for the Lord, and this is part of that process. Again, as Officer Yagadar said, no, it's not mandatory. You don't have to be here. But in my mind, if I wanted to be the best soldier, if I wanted to be the best officer of whatever rank, if I wanted to be the best man I could be in the ISUPK, then this is what I needed to do.
Yeah,
And if I could sidebar a little bit, I know we're watching these videos and we're laughing, right? But one of the things Officer Gazaka Ahmad told us over and over and over again is that these Edomites are out here training. These Edomites are out here working. These Edomites are out here putting in work, and they're getting their little 10-year, 5, 6, 7-year-old babies to learn how to shoot.
Facts.
And that's something that we have to remember. That's something we have to make sure we remember. I know it's fun to laugh at. And this is not for the brothers in here. This is for some random brother who happens to come across this podcast, right? This is for some random brother who happens to look at this and say, "Oh, they clown on them. I know I can take them." No, you can't.
No,
You're
can't.
not prepared to go out here and fight Esau the way it's going to need to be done when Christ returns. First of all, you got to know when to do it and when not to. It's not something for some untrained brother to just go out here and wild out. That's not what this is about. This is about being trained and disciplined and being ready for when Christ returns to be a soldier in the work. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, one last thing, if I could, Luke 17:20. It says, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation. If you want to understand that Christ's return is how we as a nation come together and get in the work and participate. Don't be on the sidelines thinking that what we're saying is that, oh, Esau just training for failure and they're nothing and they're not going to do this. As the brothers have said, Esau is trained, is blessed with the sword. He trains his children. Our problem is that we don't know we're supposed to be a nation and a military, and that our culture is in that Bible. So we don't understand. We think we're supposed to just wing it. No. If you want to be a vanguard for your nation, get in the ISUPK and the Commander General Yohan. I yield.
That's right. Shalaki, if I may, just real briefly. I mean, these
That scripture is
videos.
ready too, Alawan Salaki.
Salaki, am I coming through clear?
Kind, you clear, Alawan. I'm just gonna let you know that scripture is ready if you want to pull it as well, Salaki.
Kind of no sweat, Salaki. But I was just gonna say, because we got a couple, maybe one more video to show.
Okay, most on.
But that's why Esau shoots us. You understand? That's why Esau, like, they're blessed with the sword. They're a weapon user. And these videos highlight why. You know what I'm saying? They use weapons because pound for pound physically, just agility and, you know what I'm saying, just brute strength and, athleticism, it just ain't there. That's all. It just ain't there. I mean, they got a long ways to go with these trainings, Salakia.
And Salaki, I don't want. Salakia, if I may, you know what I'm saying? Again, the Bible said that he was gifted with the sword. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're saying and we're speaking, you know what I'm saying, and just lightly or whatever, but that's facts. They're quick to pull out the weapon. You can pull up any video, you can Google any video with them and that weapon, with that rifle, with that gun, whatever it may be. They are gifted with it because that's what the Lord said their blessing would be. And that truly is their blessing. So for us to get it in our minds that we're gonna be like the Black Panthers and we all just gonna strap up, you don't have enough straps to compete with this devil. You know what I'm saying? You're not prepared or trained or ready for it. They teach theirs, like Officer Mataza Kara was saying, at 4 years old, at 5 years old, at 6 years old. They're teaching them how to unload the clip, to reload, to break the gun down. You know what I'm saying? To break it down and clean it and reassemble it back again. You ain't ready for that. You made them picked up the piece and you took out 3 people. You ain't no threat to them. You ain't no threat to them. And we have got to get that in our mind. You feel me? That's their gift and that's who they are. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord gave us an entirely different gift. And we got to tap back into who we are. And I yield right there.
No sweat.
If I may,
Go
Uh,
ahead.
Officer Aisha Ali, you was about to answer something. I didn't want to cut into you.
Nah, you. What I do want to do is a quick time check. We have eclipsed the 9 o'clock mark. We'll go a little bit over, but
Con,
you know what I'm saying, just be mindful. We usually end at 9, but yeah, you could get your last points in,
no
and then we
sweat.
do got something special coming up after this.
No sweat.
If you've been paying attention to the comments, we're gonna do a little bonus joint.
Con. I
All
did
right,
see that too.
no
No
sweat.
sweat. I won't be long, Officer Aisha. I did want to add on to what Officer Mataza was saying. He brought out a couple good points. One of the things that, like I said, when I first came into the Hebrew Academy, I was trying to prepare for it. But, like I said, I've been doing MMA, mixed martial arts, wrestling for years. And like you said, Esau is the one in them gyms. Like, I usually be the only, sometimes it would be only a couple Israelite brothers, of our nation in there training, but they all in there. They all in there training, sometimes 2-3 times a day, and I'm not exaggerating. So they are training. I think another thing is the how. I forgot to mention these brothers. We had excellent instructors here in Baltimore. We had Officer Kazat Ahmad, Officer Awarium, and Officer Bakwashra. We had excellent officers here that were really encouraging to us. That also contributed to the brotherhood. And I think that's the how. We had excellent brotherhood with each other, and we had excellent instructors. I think that was the big how. And I just always, when I think of a scripture in the us in Hebrew Academy, I think of Psalms 133. Where I'm paraphrasing, but it says how good and how pleasant it is for the brethren to dwell together in unity. And that's how, and it was good and pleasant, even though we were suffering together and we were tired and we were hungry. It was good and pleasant because we were in unity. And that's, we were gathered together and we were suffering together. So I think that was something that was the how. And like I said, I saw a lot of brothers sacrifice for the group. I'll just say this real quick story, like 30 seconds. I remember one time, this is back in November, where we all went up to Philly and we were trying to stay somewhere, and we couldn't stay somewhere. So we were pretty much homeless for the night. And I saw Officer Yagadar and I saw Officer Mataza go out of their own funds and get us a hotel room. I'll never forget that. Those brothers did all that sacrifice to make sure we had a hotel room. It was like, I don't know, 6 of us, I think, or 7 of us in that one room. But those brothers sacrificed because we was pretty much going to be sleeping in the car or on the hardwood floor to school. But those brothers, I remember that, sacrificed and made sure that, that we got someplace, and they made sure we had a roof over our heads for that night for Hebrew Academy. And that stuff, that's why it's good and pleasant for brothers to dwell together in unity. And I yield.
Hey, Salakia, if I may, real quick, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? I remember being in the world. I know a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying, that's watching. A lot of Akim and Akwathian that's watching. In the world, you sacrifice and you give up a lot for what you think is brotherhood and sisterhood, for what you think is my family, this is love, my friends, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then you come in here and you learn that it's for real in here. So for me, with everything that you just said, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? If I was gonna do it in the world, I was gonna do it times 1,000 in this truth right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's, if you watching and you're not sure, you watching, you on the fence, if you watching, you know what I'm saying, you trying to figure out whatever, you may give your all to your homie in the world. They don't care. You may give it to your mama, to your brother, to your sister, to your daddy. Guess what? They don't care. Bring it in here. This is why the Lord gave it to you. This is why the Lord gave you the heart or the mind to do it to begin with, because it's supposed to be in here with your brothers and your sisters. Bring it in here, because you bring it in here, I guarantee you that your brothers and sisters in here, oh, they're going to appreciate you for it. You're going to get honored for it in here, and it's going to be utilized for the work of the Lord in here. And I yield right there. You mute out of one. You mute.
Con. What we you said you had something. I don't know. You want us to
I
go
think
to
I
another
think I
video?
think Officer Shaw Oliver was jumping up in there, but he was mute as
Oh,
well.
come,
Both of
come.
y'all,
Yeah,
both of y'all
it's
were mute.
like it's one more video,
Let's
but
run it.
I don't know if we got time for it. Just to
We
make
got time. Run it. In my vote, run it. Run it.
it. I don't
We
know,
got enough
Chad.
of that
Should we
damn
run it?
heathen waiting. Run it.
It's just some blooper reels for my enemies. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get tough. All right, all right. Here we go. We'll do it real quick, fast. Real quick, fast. All right, here you go.
Oh,
Yo said, "Oh,
yeah.
you seen this one, huh? This is a goodie. Um, yeah, they got a lot of they got a long ways to go, yo. Hold on, so like, I haven't heard the audio on this. Salaki, I've just seen it on mute. Take it back. Oh my god, here you go.
I want to say the water to our instructors, man. You know what
The
I mean?
water to Officer Kazaka Mine, Officer Ryan, Officer Bakwashia, you know what I'm saying? The water to them souls, you know what I'm saying, for holding us down. They didn't teach us fisticuffs. They taught us how to throw them goddamn hands. You know
This
what
is
I'm saying?
this is
Salaki.
intolerable.
Foot,
Cuddle
foot.
consent.
They doing them fisticuffs. That's it.
You know, I don't
Cuddle.
want to be like all the. I don't want to be like the oppressor, so I'll give them some mercy. I mean, I guess they is training, yo.
Nah, they bullshit.
Hey, it just needs more time. You know what I
They
mean?
they
Cuddle
Salakia.
bullshit.
consent.
So I,
They bullshit.
Salakia.
That's
I
why they
think
shoot.
Officer Yashi says he has something to say.
Like, you go ahead, warrior. Go ahead.
I do want to say the water to the unstructures as well, because what I'm looking at, yikes.
Come on. That's why
right.
they take guns to school. That's why they go and shoot to school. That's why they don't go and beat up everybody.
They
The
go,
Right.
school, they go and shoot
yeah,
them all.
that's your school pum pums. That's where
I
they come
get it.
from.
I
That's why they are blessed with the sword. They not blessed with the hands. They
hell
not
no.
blessed with the feet.
Hey, and
They
Salaki,
blessed
you know
with
what
the
I'm
sword.
saying? Like what you saying though, it just really goes back to show you that this Bible is for real. When we tap back into our culture, our heritage, and who we are, we weren't never the ones to pick up a pistol and go unalive everybody. That wasn't our culture. That wasn't who we are. You can watch a lot of the old movies. One of my favorite movies, you know what I'm saying, is Coolie High. One of my favorite movies is Coolie High. You know what I'm saying? We was quick to, you know what I'm saying, it was hand to hand. Even when we went to the weapons, it was knives or whatever. It was still hand to hand. That's something that's inherent. That's within us. You know what I'm saying? We didn't learn that. Go pick up a pistol, go unalive everybody until we got into that gangster, you know what I'm saying, mafia, Al Capone culture. That's their culture. That is not our culture. It's not our culture. I remember growing up, and you may be into it. It was a cat I was into it in school. I used to always move around a lot, right? You know what I'm saying? I used to always move around and go from here to there. So I was always everybody enemy. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't never too hard on the eyes with the sisters. So that made the brothers that much more mad at me whenever I moved and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I remember, you know what I'm saying, moving to a different locale when I moved up to Waukegan, Illinois. I remember moving in. Me and a brother was into it, and I couldn't stand him. He couldn't stand me. We threw hands. We threw hands after school one time. You know, after we threw hands after school, me and that brother became friends for years. For years, that was my road dog. For years, that was my nigga, and I was his. Why? Because after we threw them hands, we respected one another. After we threw them hands, I knew that he don't mind throwing hands, and I don't mind either. You know what I'm saying? This is a culture that we have learned from this oppressor. That picking up a gun and unaliving somebody. That being emotional. He stepped on my shoe. He got a different color than I got on. All that comes from this oppressor. They put our women in charge of us. Then they took our fathers out the homes and they made us emotional. And they made us not learn how to handle conflict resolution. All this is a product of them. This is all their culture. I yield right there.
No sweat.
No time, Chris.
No time, Chris. Listen, man, I don't know if anybody else got anything to say. Any of our guests? Go ahead, Mayaka Salaki.
So, like, not to waste too much time, I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. You know, you walk amongst wise men, and you yourself become wise. But from that video, uh, genuinely, it makes me appreciate having to join Hebrew Academy in the first place, because
Facts.
I could have been in that same situation had I not.
Damn right.
Facts.
Come, come, come.
Look, I, I don't want to
But
harp. I
at
don't want
it,
to harp.
at Salagi, at the end of the day, though, like you said, that's just the Patriot Front, right? You know what I'm saying? They out there training though, and they not the only ones that's training. You know what I'm saying? So like Officer of 1,000 Mataza As Karat told us, you know what I'm saying? Like Hebrew Academy is something that's serious and it's needed if you want to build this nation, which every nation needs an army. You know what I'm saying? And at one point in time, we had our prophets, you know what I mean? We had our elders, we had our warriors and our military, our captains, you know what I'm saying? We was a well-oiled machine of the most high, you know what I mean? A nation that did his will. And for all the brothers that's watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you want to get stronger physically, if you want to get stronger spiritually, you know what I'm saying? If you looking at life and you out there and you like, you know, um, everything is just backwards. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how I start. You start to having a mind like, I hate what I'm doing. I want to stop. I don't even like the people I'm hanging with no more because everything we doing is backwards. You know what I'm saying? Look, come into the ISUPK before that hate start to turn in towards the same thing that the oppressor does with us. That hate start to be you start to hate your own people and you start to side with another nation because of that. Come in here, you know what I'm saying, and continue to be who you truly are. You know what I'm saying? We all love, we I'll be honest with you, we all like fighting. You know what I'm saying? We like the skill. We all we men, we love this, you know what I'm saying? And come in here and do it righteously. And you can
Facts.
add on the wisdom and the knowledge and everything that you never thought that you ever could grab that you don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? Come
Facts.
in here and get it with these brothers. You know what I'm saying? I'll let
Facts.
them play.
Facts.
That's right. Salaki. Anybody else? Officer Mataza Ah, Officer Yara, Officer Mayak, Officer Yasha. Well, shit, that's gonna do it, man. Let's clap it up. Excellent show, man. Excellent show. Y'all to all the Akim that tuned in. We want to say Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shabaraka Thumb to all the Akim that tuned in. Yahweh Shema Allah Thumb by Hashem Yahweh Shai to all the Akwatim that tuned in. We will be back. Nope, we won't be back next Sunday. Next Sunday we have the closing of the Feast of First Fruits.
Huh? June
It's the
8th.
Facts. It
first week in
is
a
Sunday.
while.
No sun
June
crack.
And
8th. 8th
Y'all
Salakia.
done hurt my feelings. I ain't realized that.
8th
and
Salakia.
Okay.
unless we make provisions to like do
I don't
something
know.
earlier in the week.
Officer Rashimaf out of VA, he drive a hard dog. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know.
we'll communicate and we might do something. So we might not be back next week. So
Unless Salaki, unless we do a real live push to all the different captains in the zones, you know what I'm saying, other brothers as part of this show to see if we can. I don't know though. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
listen, we'll see what the audience says, man. If the audience want us, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna have to just make arrangements to do something maybe after the feast. You know what I mean, or live at the something of the sort. That might be too wild. I don't know. We'll work that out. All right.
Can I
But
say one thing?
yeah,
Can I
go
say
ahead.
one thing before we go out of one?
No, you missed the opportunity. I
I
gave
mean,
everybody.
I
No,
know
go ahead.
sign crack.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All I was gonna say was, if you a non-heathen, non-Israelite, if you ain't black, Latino, or Native American Indian like Kathy in the chat, you going into slavery. Thus saith the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there right there.
That's right. All right. So we'll catch y'all
Get your
next time,
back strong,
man.
nigga. Do push up, nigga.
We're gonna catch y'all next time, man, on Chop and Cut, man.
They need food, housing, clothing. They need counseling. They need understanding of what's happened to them. They need an identity. They need to know the truth about the Lord. They need to be woke up to who the devil is. As a white man, that's what the hell they need. And you add that to black people, Latinos, and Native Indians, brother, then you're going to be able to do something.
The whole reason I'm even here saying these things to you, because these things are supposed to show you